Okay, so not really sure how this is going to turn out, but I am doing a little backyard prospecting today for gold. Went down, there's a landscaping place down the road, and I noticed they had a product that they use for like walkways and decks that's decomposing granite. It's kind of crushed as well, it looks like, and anybody that knows anything about prospecting knows that that is where you find gold. I don't know if this stuff has been run through a sluice or some sort of gold recovery device, dry washer or something, but you know, you can process the same material a couple times and still pull gold out. So if they did, I'm hoping they just did it real fast and maybe left a little bit. So I'm going to just pan a little bit, have a little water set up under this big sycamore tree here. It's really hot out, probably like 105 degrees today, so definitely need to be in the shade. And also felt like after I'm done with my water, probably wouldn't hurt to give this tree a little water either. So that's the plan. So I have a variety of different strainers here that or meshes that I'm going to classify my material down a little bit further. Have a gold magnet. Hopefully there's a lot of black sands that'll help pull it out. Got a few different gold pans here, and I believe these are Garrett models. And this is a classifier in case I'm dealing with some bigger material, but today we're not, so I'm going to set that aside. Got a gold pan, really good gold pan, has some pretty aggressive riffles in it, as you can see, and it's been used well, so it's nice and scratched up. That helps kind of catch the gold a little bit. And I have a smaller one here. I like this one because, number one, your arm doesn't get as tired, and you can be a little more precise with it whenever you're down to your fine black sands and whatnot. So hopefully we get to use that. Then I have my little water tub over here. This is basically just a concrete mixing tub you can pick up at your local hardware store. They come in a variety of sizes. I recommend having a smaller one like this to pan in. You don't have to use as much water to get it to a level you can actually pan in. So we'll get a little panning action here in a minute, and then see if we can find some gold. So I'm going to classify this down. I think this is far enough for now. So I've got a pretty fine material. This is all I'm going to do on this first one. You know, just kind of sample it and see if we got anything in here at all. And then we'll go through that and look at it real fast and see if by some odd chance there are some pickers or some little pieces with gold stuck to it. So hang in there. Pan this down a little bit. I've agitated it quite a bit already, so I'm going to just kind of backwash some of this stuff. I know that that's going to be lighter stuff. And we can always come back and, that doesn't want to get out of there, does it? We can always come back and pan this stuff again here in a little bit, save it maybe, depends on what we find in here really. So, taking this down really fast. I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on it. I do see there looks to be some black sands in there. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this because this is just really fast and not a whole lot of material left in here. I panned it down real quick, but let's see if I can do this with looking at trying to keep the camera on it. But you can see a lot of black sands that didn't zoom in there here. Focus. There's quite a few black sands left in here, and I don't think you're going to be able to see with this cruddy camera. Let's see if I can zoom in, but here, I'm going to put this on my lap. There are a couple little tiny pieces. If I focus on it, you can see them there. And even more flower stuff. Boy, I wish I could get a better shot of that. You can see it there glimmer a little bit. But there you go. Pretty good shot. But that little tiny little bit yielded that much gold, so It just goes to show you there's gold everywhere and people are just overlooking it. Alright, I'm kind of excited right now, so excuse me, but look at this. Look at that flake. That's almost a picker. I bet it is. I guarantee I can pick that out with tweezers. So this is a super good pan. This is my third pan. And there's another piece I saw in here that's decent size too, but you can see a couple stacked on top of each other there. And that really flat piece of gold right there. Awesome. Awesome. Alright, so what I've done is I've taken basically that container, concentrated it down to, I don't know, a quarter of a cup of material maybe. So that's all the heavy stuff. It's really rich in black sands. And I'm going to transfer it into this smaller black pan, and then use the green pan as a safety pan. Probably go through it a couple times, make sure I get all the gold out. And I also think the gold shows up pretty well, or a little bit better on black than what the green does. So whenever you're working with fine stuff, I kind of like the black pans. A little easier to handle as well. So I'll pan it out and show you what we come up with. Alright, so I got this down to pretty much just black sand. And now what I'm going to do, because there's so much black sand in there, is I'm going to take a what they call the gold magnet. Not that it really is, gold's not magnetic as you know, but it will get the black sands out. Now actually, let me little concentrates container. I try to put black sands in and keep those for later. Look at all that black sand just hanging off of there. But there is a lot of sparkle in this pan. I don't know if you can see that. You know, the thing is this is from decomposing granite, crushed granite. So the pieces that are going to be in there are not going to be like the placer gold that we're used to finding in stream beds. It's going to be really coarse, flat, flaky most likely. And it just acts a little bit differently in the pan. You know, you always hear about gold floating, and actually saw a piece do that. I actually went and got some jet dry, and it dropped these few pieces that were real flaky, thin pieces to the bottom of the pan, and that's what we've come up with, and it doesn't look bad. So we do have gold testing kits with chemicals that you can make 100% sure, but based upon what little work that took, I think it might be worth getting some more of this, running it through a high banker or something, see what we come up with. We'll probably run this material again and have some concentrates that we'll go through again, and black sands, and make sure we get everything. But it's pretty impressive. See all that. The way you can see there's a lot more really fine flower stuff that you really can't even see with the naked eye. And we'll pull that out eventually as well. Pretty fun experiment too, so it might be a good little source of pay dirt to pull some gold out of. Be fun. What I have here is a chemical gold testing kit. So we panned some of that gold. It's really coarse, and you know, I'm pretty sure I know what gold looks like in a pan, but I thought it might be some pyrite in there. So I'm going to test a little bit of it. We have a 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold acid. And what we'll do is have instructions right here on how to do it. And so what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of the metal onto the testing stone. We know that it's most likely not going to be 22 karat gold. So we're going to try at the lower acid levels, and we'll put a little bit of the metal and then see if it dissolves it. And if it does, if it dissolves slowly, it's possible that it's gold, just probably not as pure as what the rating is on the acid bottle. If the metal stays, it's at least a carat, the carat of the acid, what's printed on the acid bottle. So we're going to do a little testing. First I got to pull a little gold out and put it on there. So we'll tune back in and see what we got. So I put a little tiny piece on there to see if it would dissolve it. So it's not. It is dissolving some of the stuff around it though. This one actually had a little, what looks like to be iron attached to it, and that seems to be bubbling off a little bit. But we'll watch it for a little bit, see what happens. If it dissolves, it's not gold. If it does, if it doesn't dissolve, there's a good chance it is. So we'll get back to you. Alright, so I've let this set for quite a while, and although it's dissolved some of the little pieces of what I think might be iron or something attached to it, and it's kind of bouncing around a little bit, the gold is still there. And that was a 14 karat solution, so I'm pretty sure that this is at least 14 karat gold. I'm going to guess it's probably a little more than that, obviously, because it is not dissolving at all. And it's good news. There's a lot more. Probably test a couple more little flakes and just make sure. But yeah, found a fair amount of gold in that little bit of material that we processed. Don't forget, you can buy your gold prospecting equipment online at www.highplainsprospectors.com, where you can purchase anything from snuffer bottles to gold trommels.